Hi there, I'm Andrew. Welcome to Urban Rider for another look at some of the world's finest riding gear. Today we're going to introduce you to the Rev'it Stealth 2 hoodie. This is new for autumn-winter 2019. This is a revision to the Stealth hoodie, which has been around for a couple of years in the Rev'it lineup. And essentially it revises, improves, and takes further the concept of that jacket. This was a popular item that essentially took the idea of a hoodie as a regular piece of outerwear, but infused it with the abrasion and impact protective elements you want from a motorcycle jacket. But it went further still and also incorporated an element of weatherproofing with a waterproof membrane too, making it a really usable jacket that you could wear on and off the bike, but with a casual appearance of a hoodie. So this then takes it further by being fully CE approved to the latest standard that came into effect in spring 2019. So this is level A CE approved for both impact and abrasion protection. And it also incorporates a removable thermal liner, which makes a big difference actually to the extent to which you can really use this in the colder weather in the winter. Because it's a shortcut jacket and the predecessor was relatively lightweight, it meant that it wasn't really that suitable for the really cold weather that it was perfectly capable of handling in terms of the waterproofing element. Whereas here we have something really versatile that could be used pretty much all the way through the year. So it's waterproof Hrdratex laminated membrane that sits underneath this outer layer, and that is actually laminated to the underside of it, and this is the best way to achieve waterproofing in a jacket. A cheap way is to have a lighter waterproof membrane just floating behind the outer layer, and what that means is you still get this outer layer getting essentially damp, soggy, wet, and that makes you cold, keeps the jacket heavy, and it means it doesn't perform well in regulating body temperature. But because it's laminated, it sticks to the underside throughout, and that means that the water itself simply beads and runs off the fabric rather than actually saturating it at all. So it's a great way to achieve waterproofing, and it's also breathable, so it regulates both in the colder and in the warmer weather as well, in terms of keeping you at the right temperature and comfortable in all conditions. So the outer of the jacket remains a blend of cordura and denim. So this gives it this nice appearance of a casual denim looking garment, but it's interwoven with cordura and abrasion resistant nylon to achieve extra abrasion resistance without really sacrificing on that look. And the feel of it is very much like a regular denim. It's nice and casual. Rev'it have also gone further still. So where you have a couple of adjustment comfort features, such as around the waistband here and on the cuffs as well, they've incorporated their PWR, that's their abrasion resistant fabric, into a stretch element on those two panels so that you don't sacrifice anywhere in terms of abrasion resistance, because through the rest of the underside of this cordura denim you have their PWR Shield, which is their version of something like Kevlar, their in-house aramid fiber that they've developed, and that means you get loads of abrasion resistance through the cordura denim on the outer, the PWR Shield behind it, and then also you've got that laminated membrane underneath. So even though there's lots of layers going on, they're all bonded together and they essentially come across as one, and it makes the jacket feel quite lightweight despite all of those performance elements going on in terms of temperature regulation and also protection and abrasion. The jacket comes included with level 1 CE approved SEESMART armour in the shoulders and elbows, which is the thinnest road legal armour. It's award-winning stuff from Rev'it, and it's fantastic. It's my armour of choice, and basically if you want your armour to not really feel like it's there but still do the job, then this is the best stuff to go for. And it comes included in the elbows and shoulders with a pocket where you can optionally upgrade to SEESOFT Level 2 back armour, which is available as an upsell through the website over at urbanrider.co.uk. You've also got a zip connector piece on the inside lower section on the back, and that means you can essentially join this up to create a one-piece type effect to a compatible trouser, or you can get something like the Rev'it Safeway belt, which is a universal belt so long as you have jeans with belt loops, and then you can connect it to anything you want. So it's a really versatile system in that sense. You've got seam-sealed waterproof zips as well, with the YKK zips running down the front and also on the access parts on the waist, which makes it good. A couple of other features I really like about this is the fact that it does away with the Velcro panel that we used to have on the previous Stealth hoodie. I was never really sure that was a great choice. Apparently you could put patches on it if you wanted, but essentially it just meant you had this fuzzy felt thing going on your upper arm, which was a bit weird. This has a nicely integrated, subtle black Rev'it logo, much better. The other feature is that the hood itself is collapsible as it is in this orientation. There is a zip which runs along the inside of it, meaning when you're not wanting to use this off the bike in the hoodie format with the hood up, you can simply collapse it down so it doesn't catch the air and flap about when you're going along. So it's a really good little attention to detail point there that makes this actually much more practical on the bike when you're really using it as a bike jacket. You can also see around the top here on this collar section, you've got this nicely padded expanding piece of the inner lining liner that's part of that body warmer, which is a gilet essentially, so it doesn't go all the way down the sleeves. But despite being not overly thick, it's very effective. It's nice and dense padding in there that does do a good job of keeping you nice and insulated. But because it expands a little bit thick around this neck section, it just seals any of those air gaps, because that is where you really do want to prevent any unwanted cold air from getting in. That can be removed very easily. We'll go to that in a second. You've got two colors available. You have the black and you have the denim, and the price is $299. So it's gone up from $279 to £20. And I think that's very fair when you consider that incorporates the very good liner, which is removable and really extends this as a usable jacket through all of the year, but also it's got this CE approval, as well as these other tweaks we've mentioned with things like the hood and also these comfort parts around the waist and the cuffs. As we go down on the inside, you can also see you've got the extra zips either side here on this body section, just to remove the lining when you want to. Very easy to do that, as you can see there, with the camo appearance going on this padded lining. Pockets, you've got a Velcro pocket, one side horizontal access, and then on the other side, on the actual lining itself, we have a zipped access pocket too. So you've got a couple of different storage options depending on which orientation you have the jacket in. So when it comes to the sizing itself, as is usually the case with Rev'it items, it's straightforward and true to the size guide. So the large is designated as fitting a 40 to a 42-inch chest. I'm 6'2", I have just under a 42-inch chest, and the large fits perfectly. It's got a really nice tailoring to it, again, as is typical of the Rev'it brand as a whole. But if you want to see the size guide in more detail, we take each of the sizes in this jacket and measure all the external points so that you can be even more confident when you come to choose the right one on our website over at rider.co.uk. So if you have any further questions, anything that you'd like to know about the jacket, anything we may have missed, but of course your comments and feedback are always the most important thing, then please leave that in the section below. And stay tuned for more video reviews of the upcoming Rev'it winter collection for 2019, but also for more video reviews of the world's finest riding gear. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.